welcome to the Uriah Jokes Podcast. The only podcast where the words that make sentences turn into rhymes that turn into a spell that get you spellbound and confused by what exactly was going on, because all you do is overthink everything. How about nothing needs to mean anything and nothing needs to connect anything, as long as it eventually leads to some sort of joke. And if you're talking about something that will eventually lead to some sort of joke, you can talk about Uriah Westman having a child. And speaking of something that should never ever happen again, Uriah talking!
Oh, absolutely. Fantastic, that is great. I'm not in a studio. I'm in a car. Why am I in a car? Because sometimes there is just a time and a moment where I'm like, I gotta say some stuff. Otherwise, it's just gonna rattle back and forth my brain, and then I start arguing about minute details, like, when it rains, are you really that excited about somebody's day being ruined? The answer is yes. Always yes. But hey, my name is Uriah, and this is my podcast. That's right. And I don't know what I want to talk about today. I never know what I want to talk about. It's raining, which is a great day, but it's still glary out. So absolutely fantastic. Nothing like when the weather makes you glare, so you glare at the weather, and then the weather puts you in a bad mood. You can't help it, because it turns out depression also leads to sensitivity to light, which makes depressed people not go outside, because when they see the sun blinds them, and when the sun blinds you, it's hard to hear the truth. And the truth is, I don't know what the hell I'm doing in my life. And the more and more longer this pandemic goes, and the more I just think about the pandemic and go back in time, and I start realizing that I'm missing something that happened a year ago was another moment in the pandemic, and I realized that moment, all I was doing was missing was sitting in my bed and smoking weed. And I still do that. My memory is me wishing my memory was my previous memory of doing the same exact thing. And if that isn't the cycle of regret in the form of stand-up, then I do not know what is. But hey, I got this bit. And I really want to make it work. So I'm gonna make it work. So I was at work, and I never know when a joke's gonna come. I always listen to something, and sometimes it sparks another couple words. A lot of the jokes I do is a wordplay, word association, where one word will pop up and get a joke, which is why I don't go to a therapist, because they're like, Uriah, you do a lot of wordplay. What does that mean? It's like, okay, a wordplay is like my joke. A wordplay is like my foreplay, as in, it's a joke. And then my therapist laughs. I'm like, that will be $50. That's right, I charge my therapist when they laugh at my jokes. But hey, so someone called and they're like, can I place an order for pickup? Oh, can I place an order for pickup? So hey, and then I'm like, oh, pickup artist. Wait a second, I hate pickup artist. Oh, there's something there, right? Pickup artist in this climate. So I'm like, okay. So I was working at this so then I think about the joke. Oh, so I was working at this burger place. And someone, and this pickup artist placed an order for pickup. And I'm like, not in this climate. And some of you wouldn't understand that joke, so then I double down. I'm like, yeah, I do wordplay, word association. My wordplay is like my foreplay. It's hilarious for everyone involved. And why do foreplay for one person when I can do it for 100 people and you guys actually leave satisfied? So how about that? So I think I want to do with these podcasts is, during the pandemic, I was doing 4 of them. I want to do more of them, but it's very, very difficult to also add the video, well, it's not difficult, it's more laziness, but adding the video always turns it into, now I need to do the video, now I do need to do the whole thing. I know some people like the video, some people like the audio. I'm like, hey, I know I could quickly put out audio podcasts like that, like boom, 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 boom. Uriah, I can't keep up with all the podcast episodes that you are. Oh, Uriah, I can't keep up. I'm not asking you to keep up. What I'm talking about is I believe I'm an existentialist, and I derive meaning in my life through things that I do. So do I derive meaning out of this podcast? I shouldn't, but I do. But let's just say that 5 to 10 minutes out of the day, if I have a show, I'm doing stand-up. That's when I'm actually living, and everything else is just waiting for the stand-up. And then people are waiting on me, and they're like, Uriah, you're never present. I'm like, no, I'm never present because I'm always thinking about the future. When you think about the present, that's how you fall down the flight of stairs. You need to think about the future. There's 4 stairs ahead of you. What if there's a banana peel, you moron? You sick son of a bitch. And what I love about the rainy days is that I know that somewhere in Santa Barbara, someone's entire day was ruined. And just thinking about that will make my entire day be like I'm walking through ruins of history of someone else's life where my own life blossoms, because in the despair of others I find unique hilarity. Oh, is it raining? Oh no, Californians are so weird. Like, there's fires everywhere. People flee from the fires, people evacuate from the fires. And then outdoor dining, you get the people at the outdoor dining, you're like, excuse me, where's the fire pits? Where's the fire? And then you get a drought, everyone's like, oh, conserve water. You get to a restaurant, where's the ice? I need my ice. Okay, guys, I mean, like, do you see the ridiculousness in this? You guys run away from the fires constantly everywhere, and then when you finally are somewhere where there's no fire, you're like, where's the fire? Oh, where's the fire, guys? Oh, I'm cold. People are ridiculous. And I think sometimes being a comedian, always looking at things through a different lens, being an artist, being a tortured artist, being a starving artist, being anything like this, it just takes such a toll sometimes when you're always looking for a joke, where you're always looking ahead, where you're always looking for and dissecting every sort of social interaction. And really, there's not many people who understand what it's like to be a comedian. I'm just starting here and I'm getting bigger and bigger, not bigger and bigger, but I'm getting bigger and bigger sets, which will be great because as an existentialist now I can spend 20 minutes a day where actually something matters, and that will be just absolutely fantastic. But I start wondering, the more and more I critique the world, is it more and more, am I gonna connect with the world more and more? Or am I going to be farther away from the world, but my jokes are going to get better? I don't know. You guys will have to stay tuned. What I do know is that when a parent says to you, wait until you get older, Uriah, you're not going to be able to get up because your back is going to be out. I'm like, where'd the back go? What do you mean your back is out? Are you telling me right now that you can't go out and throw catch with me, but your back can go out at all hours of the night? Are you serious? Dad? Well, and this has been the Uriah Jokes podcast. And this is the Monday edition. There is no video, but of course, eventually there will be video because it hurts my YouTube. But remember, this is available on Spotify. It's available on Amazon Prime. It's available on Hulu. This podcast is available where you're fucking listening to it now, you moron. Why do I have to say this? Why do I have to say this at all? This is so idiotic. Oh, you
can get the podcast on Spotify. You can get it when you're listening to it now.